Hey there, Division fans! Today we are diving into Division 3 wishlist. The Division franchise is a big what if in my gaming history. I would describe my experience with the game as hyped launches, excellent gameplay, but lackluster support as live services. But recently we had news. Ubisoft is assembling their Avengers team for Division 3. Exciting, right? And so, I thought that today we could talk about wishlist for Division 3. I've made a list of things I would like to see improved and changed for the third entry to this great series. So let's get to it. My list of improvements and changes for this next entry. And I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and wishes for Division 3 in the comments. Many of you are seasoned players, so let's spark some ideas together. If you enjoyed this video, a quick like goes a long way. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive into Division 3 wishlist. Alright, let's kick off with something crucial for the Division 3. Solid, consistent post-launch support. Picture this. What if Ubisoft gave these games the same love and attention as some massive MMORPGs get? Think about it. Imagine if we got 2 or 3 expansions and a steady flow of significant updates, like games such as Elder Scrolls Online or Final Fantasy XIV receive. Take Destiny 2 as an example. Despite its issues, they keep pumping out new expansions and keep the game free to play, lowering the barrier to entry. And what did Ubisoft do with Division 2? They dropped one expansion, threw in few admittedly enjoyable game modes like Countdown, Summit or Descent, but mostly stuck to basic seasonal support. It's such a missed opportunity. Just think about how vibrant and amazing this game could have been with some extended developed love and care. Shifting our focus to another pressing concern for Division 3, technical stability and fixing those damn bugs. We, gamers, understand that technical hiccups can happen, but Division 2 takes it to a whole new level. Players even got used to things not working or missions glitching out, and when Massive Entertainment tried to fix one bug, it often created new ones. Some bugs have been around for so long that they are practically part of the game. The technical side of the game is also a mess. Many PC setups struggle to keep the game running without crashing despite meeting its requirements. And don't get me started on the constant disconnects. It's like Division 2 has talent for kicking you out of the game, with even the slightest hiccups on your internet connection. It's a real shame, and I'm hoping that Division 3 builds a better foundation, whether it's the game engine improvement or how they write the code, to avoid these frustrating issues. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked but plays a huge role in the gaming experience, the soundtrack. I've got my fingers crossed that the brilliant Ola Strand, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name Ola, continues to work his magic. He composed the incredible soundtracks for both Division 1 and 2, and they were nothing short of amazing. The music seamlessly weaved into the game, enhancing the atmosphere. It's like a vital piece of the puzzle, and I really hope Ola gets the chance to work his musical magic in the upcoming third installment of the series. I think many of you will agree that the heart of our Division experience lies in the gameplay. In Division 3, I would be more than happy if they simply maintain the fantastic gameplay feel we've got in Division 2. Why? Because Division 2 gameplay is, in my books, almost perfect. And by gameplay, I mean mainly the combination of movement and gunplay. The gunplay itself is incredibly tight, offering a satisfying variety of weapon experiences. Shotguns deliver that punch you crave, SMGs deliver that rapid-fire sensation, and sniper rifles pack a punch with every shot. Movement is a breeze, although there are some occasional hiccups with tricky terrain, but overall it's a smooth sailing. There's something oddly satisfying about just running around through the city as your agent. Division 2 really stepped up the game in these two areas compared to Division 1. I recently returned to Division 1 and struggled to get into it because the gunplay felt floaty and less satisfying. It's like going back to Borderlands 2 after playing Borderlands 3. So my wish is very simple. Ubisoft, keep that satisfying gameplay intact. It's the core of my enjoyment, and everything else is a bonus, albeit an important one. Let's talk about something many Division fans are passionate about: bringing back the winter setting. It's not a controversial opinion to say that the winter setting in the Division franchise is a fan favorite. There's a collective sentiment among the community that Division 1 New York winter was far superior to Division 2 summer in Washington. Why? Well, first, New York is an iconic city. Even if you've never been there, you've seen it in countless movies, TV shows, and read about it in books. It's a city with a deep cultural connection. On the other hand, many of us have no strong feelings towards Washington. The second reason is the atmosphere itself. Winter brought isolation, despair, and a sense of danger that made the game feel unique. The lush, overgrown summer of Division 2, similar to The Last of Us, just didn't hit the same emotional notes. And just like I had a hard time getting into Division 1 due to gameplay downgrades, many of us struggled to connect with Division's 2 setting. While I play Division 2 for its gameplay and the quality of life improvements, the setting is not as captivating. Going back to Division 1 though felt like diving into a survival game with looter elements. I even started a new character recently just to relieve that immersive experience. So here's my wish: bring back the cold weather. It would also open up the opportunity to implement survival mechanics, a popular genre in gaming. Instead of sunny Los Angeles, cities like Chicago or Boston would be perfect for that winter vibe. They are also recognizable worldwide and have the potential for a believable winter setting. Ubisoft actually already nailed the setting in Watch Dogs 1, which was based on a fictional version of Chicago, and I believe they can do it again. Now onto a quality of life improvement we all hope for: the inventory management. I think everyone among Division 2 community agrees that inventory system could use a serious upgrade. Firstly, please, for the love of all things gaming, let's get rid of attachments and mods clogging up our inventory space. They should stay in a recalibration library once unlocked, ready to be attached without taking up precious inventory slots. Division 2 started moving in the right direction by not counting weapon mods against inventory space. Let's do the same for skills and armor mods. But that's not all. Let's make comparing stats even easier. I would love to have an in-game wishlist or customizable loot filter that would help me decide whether an item is for deconstruction, recalibration, or perhaps for saving for a potential new build. The current system requires way too much time and effort, and I am sure I have tossed aside some great gear in the past because I forgot about the build I was planning. A loot filter would be a game changer, like the ones you find in games like Path of Exile or Last Epoch. If they can do it, why not the Division? Division 2 gives us a wealth of diverse builds and playstyles, which is something many other looter games actually struggle with. It's worth appreciating the effort massive entertainment put into this aspect of the game. Now, just as Division 2 improved upon Division 1 available sets, I am hoping for even more exciting builds in Division 3. One possible improvement could be separating PvE and PvP balancing, as the latter can limit the fun in PvE. But that's not all. I would also like to see enhancements to the stats on gear. Division 2 does a fantastic job in this department, especially when compared to other looter games. Yes, I'm looking at you, Diablo 4. The variety of builds is closely tied to the meaningfulness of these stats. If only a couple of stats are worth pursuing due to low amount of builds that are appealing to the community, it limits the diversity. Division 2 manages to avoid this issue. While yes, crit, damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover are community's favorites, there is room for other stats to shine thanks to the game's diverse range of builds. However, a few stats like explosives resistance, swap speed, plus health and armor regen are underutilized. The last two of them sound good but are numerical additions rather than percentage based. Going forward, these areas could use some additional attention. Now let's discuss damage scaling, a critical aspect of gameplay. Now, I get that in a looter shooter there needs to be scaling to keep things challenging. However, the current state of peeking out of cover only to get instantly melted by enemies is not exactly enjoyable combat design. I don't have a specific solution, but I would love to see some balance here. The The way it is now, it feels like Division shares some similarities with Path of Exile in terms of how quickly your character can go from doing fine to instantly dead. It's not a matter of smoothly adjusting to incoming damage. Instead, it often feels like you are doing well one moment, then suddenly your armor vanishes and you are done unless you are lucky enough to jump immediately into some nearby cover. Finding that balance to prevent player characters from being too squishy without making the game too easy is definitely a challenge, but it's one I hope they can tackle in Division 3. Moving on to the character progression depth. Specializations were a step in the right direction, with passive skill trees offering meaningful choices. However, the signature weapons didn't quite hit the mark. I would like Ubisoft to expand on the idea of character advancement and meaningful choices, but they could either make signature weapons more useful or ditch them in favor of enhancing passive skills. One intriguing idea for signature weapons could involve boss encounters with phases where you need to use these special weapons to handle specific mechanics. That would add some excitement and strategy to battles rather than being a DPS check of melting the boss down ASAP. Open world activities were a massive improvement from Division 1 to Division 2. It's easy to forget how limited the open world was in the first game until you actually go back to it. Division 2 made significant improvements, and I hope Division 3 can build upon that foundation. More diverse activities like control points would be fantastic. Alternatively, they could enrich minor open world events like hostages or broadcasts. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I would love to hear your ideas. What do you guys think massive entertainment could add to Division 3 open world to make it even better than that of Division 2? Lastly, I hope Ubisoft brings back game modes from both Division 1 and Division 2. Modes like Survival, Descent, Underground, Summit and Countdown can all contribute to the fun factor in the game and the diversity of the gameplay. Some developers avoid reusing their successful ideas from the past, but I think it's a missed opportunity. If players enjoy it, why not use it? I hope Ubisoft doesn't try to reinvent the wheel with the new game and instead enhances the existing modes from Division 1 and 2, maybe with a fresh twist or approach. So there it is, my wishlist for the Division 3. I have to admit something, I have mixed feelings, excited but also concerned about potential pitfalls. I hope Ubisoft learns from past mistakes and delivers an unforgettable experience. If Division 3 matches the quality of the Division 2, I am in for countless hours of fun. But I am hoping Division 3 becomes that ultimate Division experience that we all dream of. Now, over to you. What are your thoughts on my wishlist? What would you add or remove? Share your ideas in the comments below. Thank you for your time, and I see you in the next one.